I think we'll just go ahead and get started. So just an introduction. My name is Joseph Bond. I'm in the Legislative Fiscal Division. I mostly work on the revenue team with Sam Schaefer. Um, some of my other sources are uh, oil and gas, bed tax, tourism taxes, marijuana, and vehicles taxes and fees. I have a few others, but those are the main ones. Today, I'm going to be talking about entitlement share. So I've got a few slides that I will pull up here in a second. All right, so just talking briefly about entitlement share history. So entitlement share came out of the 2001 legislative session. Essentially, the state assumed control of some revenue sources that were administered by the local governments. These specifically were gambling, alcohol, and vehicles taxes and fees. In return, the state reimbursed local governments for those lost revenues. The next big change to the entitlement share program came in 2007 when the Senate Bill 146 created the Office of the Public Defender. The state assumed local government district court fees, and the entitlement share was decreased to match those costs to the state. The other big thing that changes kind of often with entitlement share is going to be the Class 8 property tax reimbursement. Here on this slide, I've listed a few bills from the 2011, 13, 21, and 23 legislative sessions. These bills reduced taxes on the Class 8 property business equipment. And to offset lost revenues at the local level, the state does not want locals to have to float their mills to offset that lost revenue. So the state agrees to reimburse local governments through an addition to their ongoing entitlement share payment. The last bill that came from the 23 legislative session was House Bill 212 that increased the business equipment exemption from $300,000 to $1 million. And in that bill, there was in the fiscal note for that bill, there was a line for increase to the entitlement share payment. So that's a quick history on entitlement shares. This slide just kind of gives a overview of what the entitlement share payment looks like to the state. So this is for the fiscal year 2025. These are the total payments. The payments are made quarterly, and they're going to grow at a rate that is set in statute. The average is about 3%, but that's a good rule of thumb. That's not what's in statute. So for the payments made to counties, it was about $69 million. The payment made to cities and towns was about $87 million. The payment made to consolidated governments was about $7.6 million. And the payment made to TIF districts was about $3.6 million. So now I also have a few links to some different entitlement share resources. These will be available with the slides. I'm going to take us to the LFD brochure, which has quite a bit more detail about kind of the history. I kind of went over it, just the basic view, as well as some graphs here that show this first one is going to be expenditures that were assumed by the state. This second graph shows the revenues that were assumed by the state as part of that of the original House Bill 124. And then here we have those revenues are going to be the green line. And this is all overlaid on top of the entitlement share, or what is associated with the entitlement share. To get the actual number off of these graphs, the number that is actually sent out to local governments is going to be the gold area, plus this pink area. This is the LFD's estimate of the Class 8 reimbursement. What portion of the entitlement share payment comes from the Class 8 reimbursement? And then this gold area is the LFD's estimate of what everything else is. Um, when DOR publishes their entitlement share payment reports, they do not separate that out. All the dollars are green, and so this is our best estimate of what those portions are allocated as. So I'll stop there and answer any questions.